between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Dak going to start out going to the air. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Prescott to throw it. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 57 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from the defender.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And again, it's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is caught by Robinson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Our game here, a Thanksgiving staple in Dallas dating back to 1966. It was Tex Schramm, the Cowboys GM, who wanted to drum up a little publicity, and he drew 80,000 to the Cotton Bowl to see the Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Osa Odighizuwa. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Pressure, they got him again. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Prescott now from the 50. Out right, he finds Tolbert. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Play action now, Prescott. Right back to Tolbert. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The Cowboys at 8-2 on the year, and they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners of 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory. That's
into the hands of Tolbert. And they'll work this down inside the 30. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. Prescott yet again. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Prescott looks to throw on first. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I'd say that he learned from his costly red zone pick earlier in the game, because this time he puts the throw away from where any defender can make a play on it. Unfortunately, he also sailed it over his intended target, and that doesn't work out well either.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Cowboys are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. On 3rd down, Barkley. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Jones throwing on 4th down. And this one is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Prescott on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. But, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. The families that go out and play and they come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about it. Remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, they sacked Mark Starr.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Prescott. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott off play action. He'll buy some time right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on the...
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Darnay Holmes now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame. Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
But he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again, it's Barkley. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. In motion left, Robinson. Now Jones. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that. And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Jones. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, open target here, Darius Slayton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Once again, he finds Slayton. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
23 yards, the final tally.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On play action, Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 37-yard line. Now, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the half, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Here's Jamie Gillen down as he's on to punt for New York. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds them to just 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
First down, Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. It's such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Cowboys have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Here's Jones. Throwing on first down. And my goodness, another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Jalen Tolbert to target that time.
And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Swinging this out for Pollard. Touchdown! Tony Pollard, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Dallas, Texas is the spot, third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He finds Saquon Barkley on the slant. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot.
And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incomplete.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Bryan Edwards there to make the grab. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point try good by Gano as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But They've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall. Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Part of my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Holmes returning from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of solid notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a toss right to Barkley. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can. Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Flush to his right. And he's going to go down again. Kingsley Keke, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Prescott to throw on 4th. He's going to take another shot here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man. Complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And it's good, but it's also of little consequence as this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Cowboys, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they've fallen out of things.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the real. to look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbillies. Cubone staying with the lift. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, give me pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce.